Hello, everybody. It's Alea. Happy 2012. Happy 2012. And I'm going to share with you guys what I'm hoping is going to be a series. So let me see if I can get myself turned around here so that you can see my face and you can see the things that I'm showing you, because 2012 obviously promises to be very exciting, I'm hoping, and I'm sure you are too. After all, it's the year, right? It's the year that the Mayan calendar is ending. It's the year that all kinds of changes are supposed to take place. And I'm sure that that's true. And I'm also just assured that no matter what we decide that we want 2012 to be, that's what it's going to be for us. So I have been saving this. I got this back in December, and I kept thinking, oh, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. But my thought was that if I started it then, I had all these other things that I was doing, and it was the store, and it was the marathon, and blah, 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 blah. So I figured I didn't want to start it then. I wanted to wait until January 1st to start it. So I am starting Jack Canfield's The Success Principles. And it's a really thick book. I mean, look at that. It's a really thick book. It comes with a workbook. It also has 6 DVDs that go with it that are like this, and it comes in a big box. And then there's also a movie on the success principles, as well as a book called The Golden Motorcycle Gang, which I haven't read. I haven't read that book. And I've heard several interviews from Jack Canfield on it. Haven't read the book. Probably won't read the book while I'm going through this workbook and this book. But what I would like to do with this, it's a 30-day program. And I've looked over it just briefly, because I know how I am. If I had started looking over it before I actually was ready to do it, then I would have started doing it, because I get really excited about these things and then I just want to do it right now. So I didn't do that. I decided that I would just keep it all closed up until I was ready to do it. And so today is January 1st, and I'm ready to do it. Now, this is what I intend to do. I intend to do the workbook and share with you what it is that I learned in the workbook. I am going to broadcast this on Blog Talk Radio, and so there will be video of it on my YouTube channel, provided I can get good lighting. It appears that I don't know what the schedule is going to look like for broadcasting every day, but the intention is to do it every day. Now, mind you, I do have a marathon, a half marathon in Maui on the 22nd of January, which means that I will be training every day, probably until the 12th. No. Yes, until the 12th or the 13th of January. And then I will fly over to Maui on the 19th, I think it is. 19th, 2021. Yeah, I'll fly over to Maui on the 19th. And then I will do the marathon on the 22nd, and I'll fly back on the 23rd. So some of the broadcasts will be coming from Maui. So that's going to be interesting, because I'm not quite sure what is involved in, I need to carry all my stuff for the marathon and everything. But you know what? My intention is for it to work, so therefore it will work. That's where I'm at. So today I will be doing, I just wanted to introduce you to what it was so that you'd know what it was that I was intending to do. But for today, starting at 7:30 this evening, I will do a Ustream broadcast of the Jack Canfield Success Principles. And then I will also do a Blog Talk Radio one because I really would like for it to go onto the iTunes setup, which you can find me on iTunes under alealeyland.com. Alea Leyland. So you can either go to the podcast for iTunes and type in Alea Leyland. That's ALAIA LEIGHLAND, and you will find me on iTunes, and you'll find this series. There is about 45 different episodes already on there. I don't know how to get Ustream to iTunes. So because I don't know how to get Ustream to iTunes, I'm also doing this broadcast on Blog Talk Radio. I have been listening to the movie earlier today, and so I'll give you the information that I got from the movie. This way you can go over these questions yourself, and then later on tonight at 7:30 Hawaii time, you can come back and we can go over them together. So the questions that Jack Canfield asked specifically for how you are to figure out what your success principles are and how to change your life from where you are to where you want to be in 30 days. And it appears that this is creating a plan. That's the point. And so part of the plan is for you to look at several different areas of your life and answer specific questions. And so these are the questions that he asked. Number one, your business and career goals. And so he's asking for you to look ahead 5 years from now and figure out what your business and career goals are. And the idea is, what is your ideal job? What will you be doing 5 years from now? And how will you be doing that? And what is your level of success 5 years from now? The second one is your financial goals. And it's 5 years from now, how do you see yourself financially? And I wrote down, and I'm going to go over this more because I wrote it down in order to do the broadcast, but I would like to see myself making $100,000 a year from various sources. And right now, I'm not exactly poverty-stricken, but I'm not at $100,000 a year, and certainly not from various sources. I go to work every day, and I'm working a fairly regular kind of job. I have an art gallery, so and I do art, and I make jewelry, and then I do the things that I feel are my ideal job on the side. And my ideal job is this. It's sharing information, sharing my journey of spiritual growth and personal growth and human potential and those kinds of things, and my love for physical fitness and all of that, which I took up in the last year and a quarter. So that's what my ideal is. And what I'm doing at the moment is the art gallery. I love the art gallery. I love the people. I love making art. And I also love this other stuff. So 5 years from now, my ideal job, what would I be doing? Something along the line of broadcasting, public speaking, teaching, writing, something like that, because I really love that stuff. And the times in the past that I've done it has felt really, really good to me. And so I want to continue that. Financial, 5 years from now, I would see $100,000 a year from various sources. And I would like for it to be mostly passive income because I really would like to not have to think about, oh, I'm doing this for this amount of money. And I think a lot of us are looking at that. 2012 is going to be, I think, a turning point for a lot of people around that venue. And then the other area is fun and recreation. And this one was a problem for me because in the lines of fun and recreation, I take my job to be my fun and recreation. And so a lot of times I get flack from friends and strangers alike saying, well, you know what, you just don't have a life. And, that might be true. But I find that separating my fun and recreation from what it is that I love to do doesn't seem to work for me. So one of my goals in 5 years is to be able to be real clear about that and not have it be a problem. The other area is health and fitness, and I am getting there on that one. The health and fitness area is working for me. I just completed a marathon in December, and in January I have set my goal of doing a half marathon on January 22nd. I'm on track for it. I've signed up for it. I'm registered. I have a place to stay. I'm going to Maui. I'm going to do a half marathon. It'll be a piece of cake. My goal is 3 hours, and I don't see that being a problem at all. So in 5 years, though, I see myself as being much more fit. I see myself at my ideal weight, which is about 25 pounds lighter than I am now. And I see myself being able to maybe complete a marathon in 4 hours as opposed to a half marathon in 3 hours. So I find I'm looking at myself being a whole lot more fit. Relationships, many friends. I would like to see myself with a lot more friends that are a lot closer. I have a lot of friends, but we're not very close because I tend to be off in my own little world somewhere, and so I don't have that many people that I connect closely with, so I'd like to connect closer. My personal goals, and this is something that I'm still kind of playing with, but what Jack Canfield says in this workshop about personal goals is things that you want to have or be or experience that are separate from your business, career, fun and recreation, all those things. It's more lifestyle. So I think I would like to have several homes. And I don't have to own these homes, but I need access to them when I want to go there. And I have a little bit of that, but I'd like for it to be more sure than it is and a lot clearer than it is. So there's room for improvement there. And then the final thing that he asked about is your contribution. What philanthropic kind of thing would you like to have going on for you in 5 years? So 5 years from now, this is 2012, so that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this is 2017. What kind of things would I like to see myself have in place? I think personally for me, it's better to aim low and make it than to aim high and not make it. I tend to get discouraged if I don't meet my goals. So I tend to set what I call realistic goals. So my goal for 2017, 5 years from now, as far as my contributions are concerned, I would like to have 100 members in the Running for Change organization, where I'm doing the Kiva Running for Change. I'd like to have 100 active members in that group. And me personally, as far as what I will have contributed in that group, I would like to have contributed at least $10,000 in the Running for Change group. And I really think I can do that in 5 years. Now, I overset that goal for this past year, and I set it at, $5,000 in a year. And I had so many other things on my plate that it didn't happen. I did get to, I think it was 1,500. And so knowing that I got to 1,500 in a year when I wasn't really working it that much makes me think that I should be able to get to 10,000 in 5 years if I'm really working it, because that would be approximately $2,000 a year, and that should that's doable. So I'm excited about that, and I invite you to share the journey. Jack Canfield, the Success Principles, your 30-day journey from where you are to where you want to be. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's every year, we all do New Year's resolutions and whatnot. I have refrained from doing New Year's resolutions the past 3 or 4 years just because it seems like you're always setting yourself up by saying, oh, I'm going to do whatever it is, lose weight, whatever. But you're so busy setting the resolution until you, I don't know, you kind of set yourself up to lose if it doesn't happen, and then you get mad at yourself, and then, December rolls around and you look back at your resolutions and you realize you didn't even get anywhere near. So the past year, I have not made resolutions, and I did very well. In the past year, I released 60 pounds, and I did a marathon. I did a half marathon. I finally took care of my health, and I have taken more charge of my health. So I feel like I've done quite well in the length of time in the year, even though I didn't make resolutions. So this year, instead of making 1-year goals, I'm making 5-year goals, and I invite you to join me. It will be a 30-day program, and I will be here every day, sometime during the day. The programs will be archived, so you can go back and watch them later if you wish. And as I said, it will be on Blog Talk Radio. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. Happy 2012. Life is good, and this is going to be a grand adventure. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably see you later on today because I am going to attempt to broadcast the Blog Talk Radio segment. Thank you. Aloha.